Hello, technical language class. It is time for another video lecture. Today I am going to be talking to you about the difference between hard and soft skills. But first, I have a couple of quick announcements. First of all, if you haven't checked, there are some new assignments on our website. So there's one new assignment and one new handout in the lecture notes area. Those will be what you will be using for this week's assignment on hard and soft skills. By now, you should have been emailed or phoned by some of your other teachers. Those teachers should be giving you some of your handouts, some of your assignments, and some new work to do. We are going to be trying to give you work very slowly so that we're not overwhelmed and that we have time to work on everything, even though we're no longer in school. I do want to apologize very quickly. I'm sorry. You may hear in the background a couple of my birds. They're very excited to see me, that I'm home all the time, so they're a little bit louder than normal, and they might be participating in the YouTube video for you. So again, your teachers, your other teachers, they should be emailing you, they should be giving you assignments now. If you have any questions about the work I'm giving you, please make sure that you email me. I will try and respond within 24 hours or 1 day. When you are sending me an email, in the subject line, please write down what your question is or what the assignment is that you're having trouble with. That way I can start helping you right away instead of having to ask you in another email what assignment you're talking about. A couple more announcements. If you have not finished any of the work that I emailed to you, so I emailed students and I emailed your parents and guardians and caregivers, all of the missing work that you have not finished for me. If you have not finished, you need to email that to me as soon as possible. I would like you to give me that finished work no later than April 20th, which is 1 week from now. That way I can start inputting everything into the online computer system and you can see how you're doing. Right now, because there's so much work that has not been handed in, I haven't been able to do as much marking. So a lot of you, if you check your marks right now, you're not doing very well because there's a lot that's missing and I have to give a 0 until you give me something to put in instead of that 0. So please make sure you give those to me as soon as possible. All you need to do is, if you are on a computer, you can fill them in on Microsoft Word and save it, and then email me that saved assignment. So you can attach it as an email and send it back to me. If that doesn't work, if you're on a Mac or if you're doing your schoolwork on your phone, you can just write down the answers to your questions right in the body of the email. Just let me know in the subject what the assignment is, and then I will be able to match your answers to the questions on the assignment. So again, please make sure I get those as soon as possible. So today, it's going to be a very short lecture. I want to talk about the difference between hard and soft skills. So when you are looking for a job, when you're going to university, there will be an interview, and part of the interview will be to help identify some of the skills that you have that will make it beneficial or good for you to work at that company. So when we are talking about hard skills, I don't mean skills that are challenging. I don't mean skills that you took a long time to learn because they were difficult for you. A hard skill is a skill where we can measure it and we can grade it and say you have passed because you got a certain score on a test. My apologies, everyone. There was an ambulance going by and everyone got excited. So a hard skill. This is something that we can do a test for. We can actually look at it and we can figure out how well you did based on that test. So some examples would be, if you are skilled in another language, we can test to see how well you speak another language. Or your typing speed, we can do a test to see how quickly you type to make and then we can give you a score on that. Can you operate certain machines? So if you have a skill where you are able to operate a forklift or you can drive, we can do a test for that and we can make sure that you can do that properly. So those would be examples of hard skills. These are usually the ones that you put on your cover letter and your resume. They're very easy for people to recognize because if you say you have a typing speed of 50 words per minute, we can do a test, and if you only type 25 words per minute, we know that you weren't able to do that. So it's very easy for us and it's very easy for you to recognize what hard skills are. Soft skills, on the other hand, these are harder to measure because they're things that we don't see very easily. So soft skills, these are the kinds of skills that are useful in a whole variety of different workplaces. And these are the kinds of things that you talk about when you try and show that you're different or you're better from all the other people who will have the same hard skills as you. So when you apply for a job, everyone will have the same hard skills because those are the skills that you actually need to perform that job. If you are working as a carpenter, you need to be certified as a carpenter, and that's a hard skill. If you don't have that certification, if you did not go to school for that, you won't have that skill. An example of a soft skill would be your communication skills, or how patient you are, or how flexible you are. And I don't mean flexible as in whether you can do the splits. I mean flexible as in if things happen that aren't on the schedule or things happen that you weren't expecting, you're okay with that and you just carry on doing what you're supposed to do and it doesn't bother you. Or your time management skills. So how good are you at making sure that you get everything done in a certain amount of time? These are skills we can't really do a test for, but they are important skills because you will use them almost everywhere. So when you are thinking about your resume and your cover letter, you will probably want to consider writing about some of these soft skills that you might think you have. So the skills that you highlight will depend mostly on the job that you are looking for, but also on your own personality. If you are someone who communicates well and you're very good at talking with people, you will probably want to talk about that on a job where talking to people is an important part of that job. So for today and this week, the assignment I would like you to do is to go onto our website and you will see a Venn diagram. And a Venn diagram is the one where there are two circles and they overlap in the middle. So on the left side, I would like you to write down some of the different things and definitions that help us explain what a hard skill is. So if you had to explain to a friend what is a hard skill, the words you would use are going to go into that left circle. On the right circle, we're going to write down our definition and all of the things that make us understand what a soft skill is. So, again, if you were trying to explain it to a friend, what would you say and how would you tell them a soft skill is defined? And you would put that on the right. In the middle, I want you to think of how we could describe both sets of skills at the same time. Is there a way that we can look at them both and say this is one thing that they both have in common? If you can think of anything to put in common where they both hard skills and soft skills have that, you put that in the middle. The last thing I want you to do, going back to our left side, is I would like you to write down some of the hard skills that you already have. And on the right side of your sheet, I would like you to write down some of the soft skills that you have. When you have finished, please make sure your name is on it, and then you can email it back to me. And I would like you to email that to me next week on Monday as well. So that will be Monday, April 20th. So please make sure you have that. So for this week, what I want you to do is, number one, I'd like you to finish all of your budget assignments that you did not finish and I've already emailed to you. Number two, if you have started any of the other career tests or the personality tests that I gave you last week and 2 weeks ago, if you have not finished those, you can start sending those in to me. I will start collecting them. And then number three, once you've finished the other two, then I would like you to start on your hard skills and soft skills Venn diagram. If you need new copies of any of the assignments, you can get them from the website and they will be Word documents just like I emailed to you. So please get started on those. If you have any questions, please email me and I will get back to you. Have a good day. See you soon. I will do another in video lecture for you very shortly.